Deep down, you know you need to study, but you just refuse to study. There are times that I know that I need to study, but then I just don't feel like doing it. I procrastinate constantly and I refuse to study consistently because of this. But then I discovered a system that actually worked for me, because when I discovered this system, I became more disciplined and I studied consistently. Whenever I don't feel like, I still study because of this system that I discovered. In this video, I'm going to be sharing the system with you. It is practical, effective, and if you apply it, you start seeing changes. But then before I share with you the system that will actually help you to become disciplined, there are some things that you need to do in order for that system to work perfectly. And I'm going to be sharing that with you right now. The first thing I need you to do is to put yourself in no escape mode. Now, what is no escape mode? No escape mode is a situation in which you put yourself in such a way that it becomes very difficult for you not to study. It's a situation whereby you structure your environment in such a way that it makes it hard for you to stop studying. And there are few things you need to do in this case. One thing I do in this situation is that whenever I want to study and I feel like I need to be disciplined and I need to get it done, I drop my phone at home, I go to the library. When I'm in the library, I don't have other option to stop studying. I don't have my phone with me that can distract me. Distance from the library to my house is very far. So I won't just want to stand up and just do anything. The only option I have is just to sit down there and study. Another way I apply this no escape mode is that when I was in school, during weekends, I go to the campus, I look for an empty class and I study there. I don't take anything that will distract me, either my phone or my headset or anything. All I take is my book and my writing material, and I go there and I study for the amount of time that I need to study. And why this no escape mode works is that there is no immediate comfort. You are not in your bed, you don't have your phone around you that can actually distract you from being disciplined to study. And because of that, due to the fact that you don't have any immediate comfort, it's very easy for you to pick up your book. Another reason why it works is that you have limited distraction. Like I've said earlier, while I was in school, I go to the library or I go to the campus during weekends. When I go to the campus during this weekend, there is no one on campus because it's always on weekends and I don't have any distraction, I don't have any noise, I am just focused on what I need to do. Another reason why this no escape mode works is that you have free escape options, because at that point the distance from your house to the library or to your campus is far. There is no how you can easily pick up your bag and want to go home, and you don't have other options rather than just sit there and study. So if you really want to discipline yourself, put yourself in no escape mode. Another thing that I need you to do is that make studying your default activity, most especially when you are bored. Now, it works for me a lot and I feel like it can work for you. Whenever you are bored, you are prone to watch movies, you are prone to do other pleasurable activity. But if you make studying your default activity whenever you are bored and you don't have anything to do, you should do it in such a way that the next thing you pick up is your book, because it helps you build that studying habit, and whenever you want to study, it makes it easy for you to study. So that is that. Another thing that you need to do is that adopt a military mindset. Now, when I think about military mindset, I had this perspective when I was in the NYSC camp. When I was in the NYSC camp, there are times stated for each activity, and no matter what, you need to do it at that particular time. No matter what, whether there's no excuse, you need to do it at that allotted time. So I actually applied it to my activity so far, and it has actually worked for me. A way you can actually adopt this military mindset as a student is to set a study schedule and stick with it. Set a time for yourself, stick with it, and put yourself in no escape mode. And if you do this, it will actually help you a lot, because it will help you stay disciplined. No matter what, it's just about applying a mental effort to whenever you want to study. Because there are times that you won't feel like, but if you apply the mental toughness and if you stick with it using the military mindset, no matter what, you have to do it at that time. So it will help you a lot. After I've talked about the steps that you need to take, now let me now go into the system that actually works for me to be disciplined, because it's a step-by-step system and you have to do it step by step. If you miss any step, then you have to go back to the first step and do it again, because it's a system that actually works for me, and I became very disciplined aside from the ones that I've stated now. So please pay attention as I share that with you right now. This system consists of 6 steps, and you have to follow them step by step. First thing that you need to do is to set your academic goals. At the beginning of any semester or at any point in time, I try as much as possible to set each grades that I'll be getting for each course for myself. I used to set a benchmark for each course. I am not going to be scoring nothing less than 70 in each course. It serves as a reference point for me at any point in time, because I paste them on the wall for me to see. The next thing is that I set timetable for myself, 3 subjects per day and 2 hours every day. I'll be studying that subject. What I am doing in that point is that I am setting my academic goals. I am setting that, okay, by this allotted time, I should have finished my syllabus, and this is what I want to be getting for each course. I am setting a reference point. The next thing I used to do is to identify necessary actions. What are the actions that you need to take for you to achieve what you actually stated in the first goal? What are the actions? Now, before you can score an A in any course, you need to study consistently. You need to do all your assignments. You need to pass your essay exams. So you have to identify the actions, and you need to study for at least 2 hours or 3 hours per day. You need to practice past questions. You need to outsource for textbooks. So at this case, you should know that, okay, I am studying for so hours per day. I am outsourcing textbooks that will help me to learn this particular topic that I need to learn. And at this point, you are gathering necessary actions that you need to do. So that is the second step. The third step is to list the consequences of inaction. What are the consequences of you not taking action? You know that if you not study for 3 hours every day, if you do not get the past questions that you need to get, you know you are going to fail, or you repeat the course. Those are the consequences. And of course, you know that you don't want that should happen to you. Then it is important for you to take action. So it is this that will make you go into action, because you've actually list the actions. Another thing is to visualize the impact. Now you know that you are going to repeat the courses, you are going to fail the course if you do not take the necessary action. So visualize the impact. What is the impact? You might fail, you might be sent out of the school, so many things will happen to you at that point. So at the point you are visualizing the impact, you've not actually experienced it, but you are visualizing it in your brain. You already know how it's going to be. Now this is enough for you. This is enough motivation for you to take action. This is where the discipline comes in, and this is where it works, because you've visualized the impact of the consequences of not taking action. So whenever you don't feel like studying, if you think about the consequences of not taking action, you will want to study. It will push you. It actually works for me a lot. Whenever I don't feel like studying, I just think about, oh, I don't want to carry this course. Oh, I don't want to fail this course. It motivates me to get up and read even when I don't feel like, and I keep on the flow. So by the time I do that few times, it becomes an habit, and I just do it automatically without thinking about it. Create a no escape plan. I've discussed about putting yourself in no escape mode. Now you have to create a no escape plan. What is the plan? For me, the plan then was, I'm going to be leaving the morning by 7 a.m. to campus, whether I have lectures or not. I am not going to take my phone along. In fact, I don't really use my phone in school. I use them in the night. I don't take my phone along. I sit down in a corner and I read, and I only take my necessary writing material. I do that until my next class every morning. Or during weekends, I go very early in the morning to the campus and I do it till the evening. That is my no escape plan. I am not in my room to study. I am on campus to study, and I'm not prone to watching movies or sleeping on my bed or gisting with my colleagues around, because the whole place will be silent and I don't have anyone to distract me at that point. So you can create your no escape plan. Is it that you'll be locking yourself in a room, you'll be asking someone to take account of what you need to do, or you give your phone to someone else and you study for the allotted time that you've stated. It is left to you. Now, another thing you need to do is to track your progress. Now, after you must have done this, has it really worked? Do you really achieve your academic goal? If you achieved it, fine. If you don't, you have to start all over again. So this is the system that I actually apply myself, and it has worked for me a lot. So if you got so much value from this video, please like the video and also subscribe to the channel. You can also check out this other video on other tips you need in order for you to start studying consistently. So thank you so much for watching, and see you on the next one.